Every shooter who has ever browsed gun stores or online forums has faced this exact crossroads. On one hand, you have the siren song of the $500 AR-15, a promise of accessibility, of entry into the world of America's rifle without emptying your wallet. It whispers of ammunition money left over, of a platform you can learn on, tear down, and rebuild without fear. On the other hand, stands the $2,000 AR-15, a monument to precision engineering, military-grade materials, and unwavering reliability. It represents the pinnacle of the platform, the tool trusted by professionals, and a piece of craftsmanship that borders on art. This isn't just a question of budget, it's a philosophical debate about value, purpose, and what we truly need from a tool that could one day save our lives. I've lived with both. I've tested both to their breaking points, and today we're going to settle this not with speculation, but with data, dirt, and rounds down range. By the end of this, you'll know exactly where your money should go. And to prove that the best upgrade isn't always the rifle itself, we're giving away a $500 optics package to one lucky viewer. Stick around to find out how you can win. There's something genuinely beautiful about the $500 AR-15. I remember building my first one on my living room floor, watching YouTube tutorials with coffee-stained prints of the schematics scattered around me, the lower receiver from Palmetto State Armory, the basic carbine length upper, the mil-spec trigger group. Each part was unassuming, but together they represented something powerful, the democratization of the modern sporting rifle. Let's be clear about what you're getting for that $500. This is a rifle built on economies of scale and pragmatic compromises. The barrel is likely 4150 chrome moly steel with a phosphate coating, perfectly serviceable, capable of 2 to 3 MOA, minute of angle, accuracy with decent ammunition. That means it can keep its shots within a 2 to 3 inch circle at 100 yards. For most offensive scenarios and recreational shooting, that is more than sufficient. The bolt carrier group is the heart of the rifle, and here the budget option is basic, a Carpenter 158 steel bolt with a phosphate finish. It's tested for function, but not necessarily for longevity under extreme conditions. The trigger is what we call mil-spec, a consistent 6 to 8 pound pull that is functional but not inspiring. The furniture, the handguard, pistol grip, and stock is polymer, often from brands like Magpul's MOE line, which is robust and ergonomic. The magic of this rifle isn't in its individual components, but in its sum. It goes bang every time you pull the trigger. It hits what you're aiming at within reasonable distances. It is, fundamentally, an AR-15. For a new shooter, a hobbyist on a budget, or someone who wants a beater truck gun, it is a phenomenal value. The $1,500 you save isn't just money, it's potential. It's 1,500 rounds of 5.56 ammunition. It's a quality red dot sight and a weapon light. It's a sling, magazines, and a carbine course. In many ways, that $1,500 invested in training and ammunition will make you a more capable shooter than the $2,000 rifle could on its own. So, who wins? The answer is frustratingly nuanced. It depends entirely on you. You should buy the $500 AR-15 if you are a new shooter learning the platform, your primary use is recreational plinking, you are on a strict budget, and the choice is between this rifle or no rifle, you want a project gun to learn how to build and customize, you need a disposable tool for a vehicle or boat where loss or damage is a real concern. In these scenarios, the $500 rifle is not just good for the money, it is objectively good. It's the Honda Civic of the AR world, ubiquitous, reliable, and incredibly cost-effective. You should buy the $2,000 AR-15 if your life may genuinely depend on its absolute reliability. You are a competitor where split seconds and sub-MOA accuracy matter. You are a professional user who cannot afford downtime. You appreciate heirloom quality tools and are willing to pay for craftsmanship. You want a rifle you can run hard for years without ever worrying about its performance. This is the Rolex Submariner. It tells the time, just like a Casio, but you're paying for the assurance that it will do so flawlessly in any environment forever. The most important truth, however, is this. A $2,000 rifle in the hands of an untrained shooter is less effective than a $500 rifle in the hands of an expert. The greatest return on investment in the shooting sports is not found in your gun safe. It's found in training, the muscle memory for reloads, the instinct for sight alignment, the ability to manage recoil and call your shots. These skills transfer to any rifle you pick up. This brings me to the heart of why we do this. It's not about the gear. It's about the community, the shared knowledge, and the pursuit of mastery. To that end, we're launching the First Shot initiative. We're giving away a complete $500 optics package, a Sig Sauer Romeo 5 red dot, and a Julia 3 magnifier to one dedicated viewer. This isn't a random drawing. We want to hear your story. To enter, comment below with your answer to this question. What was the most valuable lesson you learned from your first time behind the trigger of an AR-15? Was it the importance of a good sling, the shock of the recoil impulse, the frustration of a malfunction you didn't know how to clear, the joy of that first tight group? We'll be reading every single entry. The most genuine, insightful, or helpful story wins. The winner will be announced in next week's video, where we'll take your suggestions and run a brutal carbine course with both of these rifles, putting your advice to the test. This is more than a review. It's a conversation. Share your experiences, your own budget builds, your premium pride and joys. Let's build a library of knowledge right here in these comments. Train hard, stay safe, and I'll see you on the range.